Hello and welcome back to HLS Crypto. My name is Dan. Let me get myself out of the way. So, ICP, Internet Computer, this is huge. I've known about this project for a while. I've always thought, looking at the chart and I'm thinking, that just looks dead to me. Didn't really do a great deep dive into it. Didn't really think much of it until the other day. Well, a couple of weeks back now, a friend of mine said, "Do you remember dial-up internet?" And I was like, yeah, it was crap, wasn't it? Making that stupid fax machine noise just to load one page. If you want to load a page up, you'd load a page, go make a cup of tea, come back, and it's still only halfway loaded. It was a nightmare. And then obviously the advent of superfast broadband, things like that came afterwards. Now, the more I'm digging into this, the more I'm thinking, wow, this could be Internet 3.0, the new internet where all blockchains will go off. If you can hear a strange noise in the background, it's my neighbor. He seems to build a shed, knock it down, build a different type of shed, knock that down, and do it again. He's like some DIY fanatic. It's like changing rooms over there, only nothing ever changes. Anyway, let's have a look at the project itself. So on the website here, it's Cypherspace as cloud. The website itself is pretty interesting, and it's full of stuff, to be basically honest with you. You have to go through a lot of stuff, and I've even made like a page full of like bullet point like notes and things, but I don't think we'll get through absolutely everything today because obviously I'm aware that time is of the essence a lot of the time. But Unstoppable Software Cloud 3.0, Open Internet Services Web 3.0, and identity, Internet Identity like a Web 3 ID. Have you ever seen Black Mirror? Do you ever watch Black Mirror? There was this episode once where this woman and everyone was all on like a social credit scoring type system where like every interaction they had, they would get scored off it. Now, I don't know whether this is going to look something similar to that. If it does, that's a little bit scary because that was a bit of a step into the future episode. But as far as investments go, this could be definitely the way to go, and we'll go into it a bit more later. But autonomous cloud from a public network. So you can see that blocks being processed are going up. What I found interesting, though, is its cost. So cost per instruction, I'm not even going to count that many zeros, but it's 44,760,000% less expensive than ETH. That's crazy. And then smart data for $1. So it shows you different what a smart contract data would get you for $1 on various things like Ethereum. I think there's Solana and different things like that. But the memory with ICP is 5 gig. So sorry, $5 for a gig per year, which is incredible. Each canister smart contract running on ICP can make 64 gig of persistent memory pages available to its bytecode, and it allows data structures to be used like a database. But if you look at this as well, Amazon Web Service rivaling efficiency, an average ICP transaction executes 6,660,000, I think that is. But that's a strange number, right? 3 sixes? I don't know. Something to like think about. But basically, this is onboarding or going to onboard a lot of new users to Web3. What we'll do here as well is we'll look at this because I think this is quite important. It gives you a bit more of a basic idea of what's happening. If I move myself down slightly, we'll have a little look at this. Go down, 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 down. There we go. So this is how things are operating at the minute. You've got your smart contracts there. You've got your legacy IT and then the centralized infrastructure at the back, which is obviously a confusing Web3 experience. And in the middle section, you've got hackers, censorship, gatekeepers, vested interest, ransomware, virus, and must trust developers. But then if you go to the next section, now this is where things get a bit more interesting, where if you use the internet computer canisters, you can see that the Web3 experience is far much better by the smiling people as opposed to the confused people. Now, the thing that makes this really interesting is that then people are not even going to know that they're using Web3. That's going to onboard a lot of Web2 users without them even realizing it. And that sort of seamless interaction or seamless transition, I think will have a massive effect. Its ecosystem itself is absolutely massive and it's growing all the time. So at the minute, there's 169 projects on there, 33 social files, 16 for Bitcoin, 7 DAO, there's 16 wallets, 31 NFTs, you've got games, you've got metaverse, you've got an AI. So it is becoming like an all-encompassing thing, which excites me slightly because I think that's very, very interesting. One of the things it's got is something called Open Chat. The best thing I can kind of describe this as, I'm not obviously going to log in because I don't have a decentralized app. I don't have an ID, essentially. I don't have a digital ID. I don't plan on getting one just yet. But obviously, as things move on, we're probably going to have to, especially to demonstrate some of this stuff. But what it reminds me of the most when I've seen it, it's very much like a Telegram. which is interesting. And I believe that you can talk about whatever you want without having that censorship. So that's quite interesting there as well. The DFINITY, which stands for Decentralized Infinity, is that their foundation is a major contributor to the internet computer blockchain. Let me just move this out of the way a little bit more. And if you go a bit further down here, it's a Swiss-based not-for-profit organization with the largest research and development team in blockchain, with 1,600 employee publications, 100,000 citations, and 250 employee patents. I never get that word right. It's one of those two anyway. And then you've got leadership, and you can check all this out as well. You can actually go onto them, and you can see everything about them. They're fully docs. You can go and have a look. That's your leadership. You've got your research and development team, which is obviously much bigger. Operations as well. You can check on all these and see what these people are. And that for me is great. So it shows a lot of transparency. Also, last night, and this was actually last night, the ICP investors reception in Dubai was full of inspiration and valuable connections. Our guests had the opportunity to learn more about the internet computer's potential and opportunities and dive into ICP's latest tech milestones and initiatives. And not only that, DFINITY themselves have also posted this. Decentralized Infinity is the vision behind the internet computer blockchain, a world computer that's truly decentralized and infinitely scalable. Now, you can come onto the x.com, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and click on this and have a listen to it. I think it's about 16 seconds long, so it is worth doing. And what we'll also do is we'll take a look at the chart and its price. So currently it's $3. Its market cap of 1.3 billion. Circulating supply is almost at its total supply, so that's not too bad either. Max supply would need looking into. So if we look at the actual chart though, and this is the thing that will concern a lot of people, I imagine, but if you look at it, it's absolutely from launch tanked, and it does look like a dead project right now based on that price. But there's a reason for this, and it's not the same reason that you would normally have. So if you go to this article here, which was by publishxox.com, if you think about our old adversary, Sam Bankman-Fried, so they decided to put an end to ICP before the project even launched, which destroyed ICP's reputation in the short term and set the project back. So FTX did this by launching perpetual features of ICP days before the mainnet was officially set to launch and before spot token trading was officially launched for retail users. With these perpetual futures, FTX was able to control the price, and they pumped up the price to obscene levels in the $400 to $500 range, which made ICP jump up to number 3 in terms of market cap. This brought a lot of attention and hype to the project and many questions about what this project was, as it was brand new for so many people. And then FTX flipped the switch and began tanking the price of ICP, which caused one of the largest percentage drops the crypto market has seen, on which is considered to be a big project. It was a deadly combination for ICP of the token and market mindshare being manipulated by FTX, and also that being the peak of the crypto bull market, with the market only going down since then. So there is kind of an extenuating circumstance as to why the price looks like that. So obviously it would need to gain a lot of trust back, but the trust wasn't necessarily broken from the actual project itself. It seems more like the greedy bastard that Sam Bankman-Fried was. Looking at my notes as well, where could this go? Well, looking at market cap, could it get to a $50 billion market cap? If so, 50x, I don't think that's beyond the realms of possibility. I've been saying for a while, I've got no real room to add any more projects into my portfolio, but I'm actually going to get this. Because it is, it can go maybe slightly lower, but I don't think it's worth the wait for me personally. I think I'm going to be getting into this as quickly as I possibly can, because who knows what could come forward. With things, they take time to develop. So in my notes, I've got, is this more of a 2030 play? Well, could it be? Because it took a little bit of time for the internet to really take off. But then if you think about it this way, things are taking off a lot faster now because more people have got access to the legacy internet. So there's going to be a lot more adoption, and I think it'd be faster. And the fact that you can just transition without really knowing you're transitioning is a big thing. This potentially the future of the internet. It's infinitely scalable, which is what I think is absolutely massive. I think on your social ID as well, or your digital ID, I don't think there's no know your customer, which I think is also going to be a positive. There's also one person I want to shout out as well. It's Jerry Banfield Crypto. He done some great videos on ICP. I suggest you go and take a look at his channel, he also is doing, I think he said he's going to do one a day about ICP, because that's how huge the ecosystem is. So he's going to be doing a lot more of a deep dive into each individual thing, which will give you so much more information, far deeper than I can go in a shorter space of time. I will make other ICP videos if there's noticeable or notable changes and things like that along the way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I've given you a little bit more insight into what ICP is. If you did like the video, please smash the like button and subscribe if you can. I always appreciate that. We're doing really well there as well at the moment. So thank you very much to each and every one of you. I hope you all have a great day wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your day, enjoy your evening. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. I'm just going to hold out a little bit longer because last time it cut off the end. So I'm going to waffle for 2 seconds just to make sure. See you later. Ta-da.